Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. So in this video, we will be going through how to fill the missing data from the data frame, right? So sometimes in the time series data, we get to see that the data is missing, and it could be of any reason, like the database is not maintained properly, or the data source is something like if it is a website, if you are downloading the data from a website with the help of web scraping, there is a possibility that the data is not available. Sometimes we can avoid that, but what happens if we are comparing two data which is of a time series, then we will not be able to compare it properly. The data will not be matching. So it's always good to replace that missing value with related data. There are two ways of doing that. One is with the help of backward filling. The backward filling is wherein you fill the data based on next known value, right? And then forward value or forward filling is done with the help of like the previous known value. Right, so let's try both the options and see which one can be used, or let's say how we can replace the missing value. So let's import pandas, import numpy, np, right? Let's run this. Okay, good. Now let's first bring the data. So for that, we say data frame is equal to cd dot read csv, right? And then we'll give the path. So we'll be using this one, and then index all is equal to 0, right? And then let's see what is df. So this is the df data, or the data frame of India's unemployment rate. So right now, if you see, we are not missing any kind of data in this data, but let's create a scenario wherein the data is missing. Numpy dot random dot speed 42. 42 is some, the random number, or let's say it's by coincidence. So random seed basically makes sure. So basically, if you run this, say, if you run this line of code, the random numbers which is missing will remain like, unchanged, even if you run the same code in the future, right? So if you don't run this, then the random numbers which is picked, it will be actually random lines or the rows. So it's always good to have this code, right? Now let's select some random rows which can be replaced. Random indices is equal to, let's replace 5 numbers. df dot index will not replace, but we'll create another column. If you want to see the random indices, I will show you that. Sorry, right? So these are the indexes, or let's say, yeah, or the rows with these dates will be replaced. Now see, if you see over here, 31 to 18. So these are the columns, or sorry, the rows which will be replaced. Now if I run this again, it will not change. But if I comment this right now, if you see, the dates will change. So basically this is what it does. Random dot seeds seed makes sure that whenever you run this code, it will not change in the future. So it will remain the same, right? Great. Now this was the good example. Okay, now what we will do, we will create another column, and the duplicated one, and then we will remove, or let's say we'll replace this data with not a number column, right? Let's create a duplicate column first. So we are taking all the rows, right? And then unemployment column is equal to np dot nan. Nan is basically not a number. Okay, now let's see the data. So I'll not use head because if you want to see all those 5 columns, better to take all the data. So now what we have done, we have created unemployment missing, and then these are the rows for which the data is missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there must be one more. Five rows will be there for which the data we have no, replaced, right? So I'll just keep it as head. Now we will fill the data, the not a number data with the help of backward filling and forward filling. Now let's check the data. So it has filled. Okay. So we have forward fill and the backward fill data. I wanted to show you something else as well. Let me just disable this random seed, because Yeah, there is very important thing, not important, but still good to know. Yeah. So what he has done over here, see, we have unemployment data, and then these are the five rows which we replace it with NaN, and then this is for the backward filling, right? See, this is almost near to what it was earlier, and then this is forward filling. Now the if you see over here, there is not a number when we are using the forward filling. The reason being, there is no data before that. So for the forward filling, you need to have previous data as well. So it's not there. So that's why it's a non number. So it's always good to use. I'll not say it's always good, but again, it depends on the scenario. But you can use the backward filling, right? So if you have data missing in the first row, that can be filled with the help of backward filling as well. Now let's try to create a graph based on this. We had only four, no, so it's from 91 to 2001. I'll not change this thing because, yeah. Right, so yeah, this is what the graph shows now, right? It's almost, yeah, almost near to it. Now there is another way. The one which we used was like simpler one, I would say, right? So there is another one which maybe we can try. Let me check. Yeah, here is one. Now is another way of filling the data, right? So or the data to be filled. Let's just check. Is it working? Yes, it's working. So let's check the data, right? So let me just run this again. So we have clean data, and then we have random, and then come over here. We have unemployment, or let's right. So we have this was previous one. So if you see over here, we have unemployment interpolate. So this was missing. Now let's try it. So now if you see, we have it has filled, right? So maybe you can check how it filled, but interpolate is again another way of filling the missing data, right? So what I have done over here, I took a copy of unemployment missing and interpolated it. And now if I create a graph of it, so yeah, it's almost there, right? Yeah, almost there. So previously, yeah, it's almost there, same. So let me check if it is matching. So NaN, this one was the data, right? So here earlier it was 5.733. After we made it like not a number, and then it is 5.723, which is good actually. 5.576, 5 point, good, pretty good. I mean, it is matching. I would say it's better than the forward filling and the backward filling, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, thank you so much. Have a great day. This is what the way of how you can fill the missing values in the data frame. Yeah, so that's all. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share it with your friends or colleagues if they are looking for something similar to this.